everyone, and welcome back to Rapid Fire Franchising. I'm Cassidy, and today we are joined by Graham Chapman of 919 Marketing.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
So, you know how this goes. I'll ask you a series of questions, and you answer as quickly and honestly as possible, and that's it.
Yep. Just bob and weave. Let's go.
Bob and weave. Let's go. All right. Graham Chapman, what does 919 Marketing do?
We are the only full service comprehensive content marketing agency of our kind that has a data analytics program that drives all decisions that we make on behalf of our clients to help them reach, influence, and convert more franchise leads.
Excellent. Well put. Now, how many years have you been in franchising?
13. Actually, this May, I'll be 13, a long time.
Wow. Will you explain what Whiskey Wednesday is?
Whiskey Wednesday was started by my dad, David Chapman, and the man, the myth, the legend, the most interesting man in franchising, Pete Baldine, when COVID struck at this point almost 2 years ago, to give all of us a platform through which to reach out to our friends and family throughout franchising, spreading some positivity, letting people know we're still there for them, and of course, asking people to share what their favorite whiskey is.
Now, I have broken the rules a lot with Whiskey Wednesday. I usually toast with Red Bull or coffee or something. So, but it still counts. What is the most outrageous Whiskey Wednesday thing that you've done?
Well, I tried to act as if I was in Dumb and Dumber and recorded one from the tub as a, poking fun at my colleague Scott here after he did one in a hot tub. I don't have a hot tub. I'm not that cool. So I got my hands slapped a little bit from doing something a little bit off brand, but it was entertaining no less.
That one was interesting, I will say.
Yeah.
Graham, what is your life mantra?
So I used to teach this to kids that I coached in baseball and basketball. Another passion of mine is coaching the youth. And I tried to come up with an acronym that, was easy to remember, that I thought sort of gave them a good path through life. And I said I encourage them to be heroes every day. And that's if you hustle, if you commit to executing, so hustle and execution, if you respect yourself, others, and just show that dedication to folks, and then take ownership of your role, figure out what your role is and whatever you're doing, and do your best job to play it well, you're going to be just fine. So hustle, execute, ownership, or respect and ownership.
In your life, how many of your lives have you, we're going to cut that out. How many of your 9 lives have you expended at this point?
Probably only have 2 left. I wasted 2 in one weekend trip up in the mountains with my family where I tried to jump over this sort of rock wall across a waterfall and slipped and somehow grabbed something. And then the same trip, we were on a whitewater raft and hit the raft in front of us and it sort of jackknifed up. And I was at the top of this boat, one of the last people to jump out. And it was like, I could either go down with the ship or at least dictate where I'm going to jump. And thankfully, I didn't land on some sort of rock or something and paralyze myself. So at least 2 that weekend, and I'm sure 5 others have, been used up in the time since.
That's a wild story. And my next question is, if you could describe or give 5 key words that paint a picture of your wildest experience in franchising, what would the 5 keywords be? Paint us a picture of that story.
I'm going to do a little bit more than 5 words, but you'll follow. So,
that's fine.
IFA in Phoenix at a Mexican burlesque hookah bar. I was patted down upon entry, which should have been warning sign number 1. And when I went back to get a second round of drinks from the bartender, she looked at me and said, "You're Graham Chapman?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why does she know who I am? Why does she think I'm interesting?" I said, "Yeah, I am." She's like, "Wow, man, that's the whitest name I've ever heard." So apparently I have the most Caucasian name in franchising.
That was not 5 keywords, but it was shorter than I've heard that story ever before. So key. No, that's a great story. All right, Graham, we're going to do word association and this or that. So the first one, I will give you a word and you have to tell me exactly what comes to mind first.
Let's do it.
Okay, so music.
Childhood trips with my dad.
I like that. Podcasts.
Daily routine.
Golf.
Maddening.
Because you're competitive?
Because I played baseball in college and now I play golf. So apparently I'm a masochist that plays sports dictated by that.
All right. What about board games?
Way too competitive.
There you go. Social media.
What would I say about social media? Crazy. It's funny. I don't have a good answer for you, do I?
No.
Social media. So phenomenal when used appropriately.
Okay, that works. Whitewater rafting.
Terrifying.
As we heard in your story. And then the last one is college.
Stephen Curry.
Really quickly, why does Stephen Curry come to mind?
Because he and I were at Davidson College at the same time. A good time to be at that tiny school outside of Charlotte.
Very cool. Very cool. This or that. I'm going to give you two and you have to tell me which one is your favorite. Skiing or snowboarding?
Snowboarding for sure.
Being frank or being diplomatic?
Being frank.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Definitely an early bird.
Tacos or hamburgers?
Tacos, easy.
Hands down, best answer. And then, do you curse in the office or do you not curse in the office?
Curse way too much in the office.
And there's no swear jar?
There should be, because it would be filled.
Oh, back to our list of questions here. The next one, you said music was a lifelong passion. What instruments do you play?
I am a very poor excuse for a drummer who's been doing it for more than 20 years. Out of practice, wish I had more time to do it. Miss playing with my bandmates that I did in my early 20s. But the secret talent is I am embarrassingly good at the kazoo, knowing how to play certain solos to certain songs, as dorky as that is.
I can vouch for this because I have previously heard you play the kazoo. All right. How many speeding tickets have you gotten since you got your driver's license?
Only two. Should be way more. And like most situations like that, the two I got didn't make much sense, but thank God it wasn't the other times.
Oh, right. Oh, man. Tell me what is exciting and happening right now at 919 Marketing.
So for the past, I'd say year and a half, we've been focused on taking our, mantra as strategic storytellers to the next level. We had a major investor, invest in our company, is now part of the board at 919 Marketing less than a year and a half ago. Since then, we have had the resources available to acquire Saralytics, who's the company that brings 919 insights to franchising and making them not just a partner, but part of our family here at 919. So that's in-house. And then most recently, a couple months ago, we added NetSearch Digital Marketing as another acquisition, taking us from, not just serving franchisors, but now having the resources to provide highly powered social and digital services at the local level for franchisees. So now we really are honoring our commitment to franchising to be that full service content marketing agency that helps with all things consumer and brand dev and all things at the national and the local level.
It's been really fun to watch everything that's been happening for you guys. Now, I mean, you've been in this space for 13 years. Obviously, you have a lot of experience with this and the things you're doing right now. So if you could give a franchisor one piece of advice about their marketing strategy right now, what would it be?
The thing that surprises me most is how often franchisors overlook getting the mousetrap right first before they go to market with any strategy. So if your website itself is not the best billboard possible on the consumer and the franchise development side, and making sure that it's starting to rank for appropriate keywords, and actually each page of that site is built to convert anyone you're driving there, you're wasting time and money and dollars on executing outbound marketing programs if where you're sending people is not built for conversion.
That is so true. That is very, very true. The next question I have is, what causes you are currently supporting, what you're spending some time on that we could help support you with?
So everybody out there who doesn't know about it yet, I have partnered with Cassidy's friend, Stan Friedman, and Dave Pasgan, another luminary in franchising, to bring Zor Forum to the larger community of emerging franchisors who need access to the resources and information and honestly people to figure out how to quickly ramp their businesses up, be built for scale, and know how to support their franchisees well. So all the three of us feel like there's this void in franchising where there are not enough resources and things out there for emerging franchisors, and we're trying to change that.
If you could say why you think franchising is important, why would you say that is?
Because it empowers people to live their dream and have the right support in place to start their first business. Starting a business is scary. Going it alone is super challenging, and there are hurdles and roadblocks that are more, it's easier or more likely that you can overcome if you have the support of a franchisor. COVID being one of those things, knowing how to access the right capital to keep your business alive in tough times. So simply for the fact that you need more help to do this thing well, that's why Zor Forum's in place. That's why we are so committed to the franchising model. Going it alone is tough. Have others around you to support you in your growth.
Now, where can we find you? How can we contact you? Where can we find you?
You can find me on all the social medias, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Reach out to my email at any time, gchapman@919marketing.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on Rapid Fire Franchising today.
Thank you, Cassie.